sorry, my cats needed water, and I just realized that, so it's taking me a little longer. I will be here in a second. All right, welcome in, chat. Welcome in. I am here. Sorry it took me a little longer than I wanted it to. I started stream, and then my cats were staring at me funny, and I was like, you guys probably need water, huh? My cats are pretty good at, like, telling me when they need something, you know? I try to check on it when I can, but I have, like, 5 cats, and they all have different preferences. Hey, Lucian. And hey, Springtrap. And hey, Snore. And hey, Kiriko. And wait, there was above. Thank you for following Midwest. And thank you for following Gamma and Cinnamon Rolls. Yes. Thought I read that wrong for a second. Hey, happy birthday, Gamma. I am also tired. I just didn't sleep last night, like, at all. I literally just didn't. And I don't want to fuck up my sleep schedule, so I just didn't go to sleep. Yeah, it's good to see you, Kiriko. It's been a while since we've just kind of done, like, a hangout stream. Oh, you know what? That actually just reminded me. In the artist list channel in the Discord, I actually, like, my model artist is the one who did this background, and I forgot to include that. I'm also noticing that the chat's a little off. There we go. Perfect. Fixed. Yeah, same shit, different day. And yeah, that's usually how it is for me. Like, I'd rather not sleep than just, like, you know, take a 3-hour nap and then have to wake up to do a bunch more shit. I'm just gonna be exhausted if I do that. I'd rather stay awake and, you know, keep my sleep schedule intact. Otherwise, it's just gonna be, you know, another, like, the next week of me just bouncing back and forth on sleep and stuff. So the little things, like the little bag of candy that's floating above the little guys at the bottom of the screen, those give, like, a decent chunk of points. And if anyone is wanting to change, like, the color scheme of their little guy down there, or, like, add a crown or something, there's only a few things, you know. I didn't, like, get, like, a shit ton of, like, items for these little guys. I just got the little guys and some crowns and candy for the tails. It's like a bunch of, not a bunch, but like 5 or 6 different color combos. So if anyone, so that those things are how you catch it. But you can also, actually, let me do this and mix it up. It'll send it in both chats. Thank you for following, Yoga. So that's the extension link for Twitch. If you go to that link, it'll bring you to the little, it's like a little like window. It's hard to describe. Sorry, I keep saying little. A window to, like, control your guy. Like, even in that window, you can put in any command you want. So, like, without typing the commands in chat, you can do, like, slots commands inside the extension. So if you want to earn, like, currency on the bot, you don't have to be spamming chat. Though, I mean, I need to figure out the whole, like, this person won this much. I need to get rid of that notification. Then we'll be good. It'll just be silently happening in the background. A little slot machine even pops up next to the guy. But yeah, we've got, like, 5 or 6 color schemes. The only ones that actually, like, cost, like, points are the cotton candy one, which, like, that's my main one. As you can see, you're looking at it. And then there's the rainbow one. And that's pretty much why. It's just because the rainbow and the cotton candy are, like, the 2 main colors of me. The extension link got sent on in the YouTube chat, too. That's why there's so much, you know. Still gotta fix that. Though, to be fair, I haven't tried to open the extension in YouTube, so I don't really know how all that works. Like, if it works the same, you know? So, it has been a, what can we call it? A long month. For, I guess just VTuber supporters in general. I was gonna say, like, idol tubers. Like, a rough month for idol tuber supporters, man. Just a rough month. We've got Cinder fucking nuking her own reputation. We've got, God, there's so much. Matara, or Madara, I'm trying to think, I think it's pronounced Matara-kun, like that's, I'm not, like, I don't watch that person a huge, yeah, Matara, I think that's how it's pronounced, but yeah, they, like, I think it was, what, like a few hours ago, announced that, from the wording on the post, it actually kind of sounded like V Shoujo might have fired Matara, or, like, let her go, or something, because, like, the post that V Shoujo put out was like, you know, we mutually decided to go our separate ways. And then Matara makes a post and it's just like, the company has decided that, you know, like, what was it here? Let me find it. What did they say? I typed in Matata. Hakuna Matata. Man, one letter away from Matara being Matata. Let's see. There it is. So V Shoujo's message. Let's see. V Shoujo's message said that we want to share, after careful thought and consideration, we've made the difficult decision to formally part ways with Matara on May 5th. We're genuinely grateful for everything she's brought to V Shoujo and wish her the best moving forward. The best way to support us right now is with kindness, understanding, and blah 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 blah. I mean, I guess they didn't really explicitly say that, like, it was mutual, but they didn't give any kind of implication like Matara kind of did. Which was, her post says, V Shoujo made the decision to part ways with me on March 6th, effective May 5th. And then they went on, you know, I thank the girls plus Kuro for the great times we've had, blah, blah, blah. I wish the remaining talent in V Shoujo the best of luck in their activities. Like, it sounds a little more like she has potentially been fired. Considering everything else going on, if Matara comes out of V Shoujo on, like, what, May 5th, and immediately is just like, yep, they absolutely fired me and were kind of treating me like shit, that, like, considering, like, just on top of everything else that's going on with V Shoujo, there's no shot their fucking reputation doesn't take a massive hit. Like, a massive hit. Also, yeah, the needy stuff. Oh, God. Dude, the needy stuff. I had an interesting reaction with needy long, like right after I started, like, my streaming journey. I had a very unique interaction with her. For, like, the first month of me being a creator, I did kind of look up to her and was like, all right, you know, you post pretty good content, you help people. And then I kind of noticed some cracks forming in the foundation, per se. And then we ended up having, like, just a little tiny bit of a spat in the comments or replies of one of their posts. And after that, I, just from the way they handled it, I was just like, this is a little, I don't like that. I thought it was a little sketchy, and, like, if it's just certain people wouldn't act that way, you know? And then I just kind of, like, watched on. I didn't really think it was that bad, though. I will say I didn't think it was that bad. I hope it was just Matara's contract ending and they want new talent. Yeah. It's possible. I wouldn't be, like, Matara seems pretty good, though, like, bringing in people and... Yeah, she just seems like a pretty good talent to keep on. Like, I just can't imagine a world where, the contract ends and they don't renew it unless there is some kind of clash between her and management. Unless they just don't like making money. Like, this year has to be the worst for VTubers everywhere, and I know I shouldn't be too negative, and drama happens every year, but this year, yeah. This year is bad. This year is so far, yeah, just the worst for the VTubing community. People are being brought into the community. New VTubers are coming into the community. You know, people that new. They don't know how to move around the community, and because it's growing and growing and growing, and it's getting, you know, a more accessible thing for people to be able to access. You know, you don't need with for a 3D model. You know, you don't need a lot of money. You could make your own in fucking Vroid, from what I've heard, for not that much. Or you could even commission someone to make like a fairly cheap 3D model. Like, it's not. There's plenty of cheap 2D models too. I have a PNG tuber that's like fucking $40. I have 2 different PNG tubers, and one of them was only like $20. Like, so it's just such an accessible thing now that there is a lot of bad actors being drawn to the community because they think it's going to be an easy way for them to make money, when in reality, it's honestly not. Like, if they picked any other path of content creation, they'd probably have a better chance of making money. VTubing, probably not the best choice if you're, you know, trying to get rich. At least not quickly. Yeah, dream becoming a VTuber. My friend did gift art for Needy and was never asked about the sale of the new model. Lovely. My custom models were both free, and I have the Suika model too. That's, yeah, $150 for 3 models plus that Suika model, dude. That thing is so high quality. Like, people, you and others are basically paying, like, I don't know how much the model is. I think it was like 100, 150. So like $150 for easily like if that was a custom made model, probably like $1,000 total for the art and the rigging, because it's like not like super, like it's not like their best rigging, you know. It's just a fucking customizable model that like everyone can use. You can't exactly put like your super best stuff into that and then sell it for way cheaper than you would be like people getting a custom model, you know. But it's good rigging. Suika has amazing rigging. So like that model is so much, like it's worth so much more than people are paying for it. Suddenly, like, the quality of VTubers and models just skyrocketed when that model hit the mainstream and everyone started buying it. I'm happy for people. Shit. A lot of people get to have like an appearance that they feel represents them a lot better than they did before. You know, they don't have to go on Etsy and get scanned with a fucking AI-made, pre-made model. They can spend a little extra and get one of the best-looking models out there right now. I'd argue that that is probably the best, like, customizable, pre-made, like, VTuber model that you can buy right now. There's probably some that are more expensive, but I'd argue that Suika's is probably the best. Yeah, you missed when VTubing was niche and not mainstream. Yeah, that's kind of what's bringing a lot of people in. I mean, I don't think it was ever, like, super niche. Well, it was at one point, but I think, like, when people think of it in, like, 2018, 2020, even then, it was kind of starting to push into the mainstream. And now it's just, like, it's there. It's in the mainstream. Because, like, I mean, hell, Iron Mouse was just the #1 fucking streamer in the world. And Kai Cenat had to, like, do an event to jump past her again. That's a crazy amount of, like, visibility for VTubers. Though a lot of people really just look at us and just call us gooner bait. They literally, it's just like, your character is just gooner bait, trying to get people to watch you because they think you're hot. Like, that is a very common thought that people have outside of the community. Even a lot of content creators, like, have that. Have you done anything custom with that model yet, Kiriko? Like, I know some people have done certain, like, custom things to the model and, like, added stuff to it and all that stuff. I've been seeing Suika post about how, you know, they're gonna, I think, add, like, more hairstyles and stuff like that to the model. And, like, among other things. I mean, that's a good point, Lucian. I don't really know how often I pop up in front of people. Depending on who I ask, the answer is different. You know, like I've got art that some people tell me is, you know, like super recognizable as me. They see the art and they're just like, "Yep, that's Lucas. That's the cotton candy person." And that's pretty neat. I've been trying to grow my Twitch as much as I can. My Twitter growing much faster than either of my YouTube or Twitch. I stream on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time. To all three. And like split between right now, like I can't really see specifically how much is on Twitch and YouTube. There's not like a huge amount, which is fine. I'm not saying it's bad. But there's like also like 40 people on Twitter. The chat is just off on Twitter. Amazingly, there's like no way to moderate Twitter chat. Like I have no ability to make someone a moderator or go into Twitter chat and delete a message or quote unquote ban somebody. Like I literally cannot do that. First followed me after the cat and chat video. What? Cat and chat. Isn't she that... God, why am I blanking on her name? That one artist chick who's like constantly talking about like drama in the VTubing community on her YouTube. Isn't that her? Wait, I showed up in one of her videos. What? Huh. Oh. Are you sure? Are you sure you weren't like are you sure it wasn't someone else? Sure. I feel if this is true, I'm gonna be shocked. One, because I never heard about it, and two, because I don't feel like I'm important enough to talk about on channels like that. I'm just like a dude that has a fucked up body that likes to play video games and make sex jokes because I like penis. Oh yeah, drama channels definitely do that. Like one of the biggest drama tubers in the VTubing community. God, what's his name? Purple hair. He's got purple hair. And he talks like a newscaster. What's his name? God, Fallside. Fallside has a pretty rough reputation when it comes to just like covering things, you know. Like I just see a lot of people have not so great things to say about him. I haven't had personal interactions with him, but you know, drama tubers in general do kind of take advantage of situations, try to profit off of them as much as they can. I wonder what AI thing though. Like I have made a few posts, like that is fair. I have made a few posts on Twitter. That should be fine. Yes, I can't remember if like it allows links to be posted. It might not. Because I remember, I've made a couple AI posts. Like, I am not. Okay, yeah, I bleeped it out. It's a security thing. Are you in the Discord? Here. Okay, yeah, there you go. You could, I mean, you could just send it in general chat, or, there's other channels like media or something that it could go in. I mean, any of them, man. But yeah, I've not been afraid to make posts like that, and a lot of the time it tends to bring out some of the gross people. Like, because I'm not afraid to make a post basically saying, I don't like AI. AI art is fucking gross. I fucking hate AI art. And if you're someone who is actively using AI art, I am not going to interact with you, and a majority of the VTubing community is not going to want to interact with you. That's just a fact. Like, that is just a fact of life. AI art actively goes against everything that, like, makes the VTubing community. Artists and, like, the art for my background here, the art for the little guys at the bottom of the screen, the art for the vending machine, the art for my model, the art for the candies in my eyes, my tongue, my PNG tubers, my fucking pop-up things when someone subscribes or follows. Everything. Just everything. Everything is done by artists, and to use AI is just kind of spitting in their face. But because I've made posts like that, they do sometimes get picked up by the algorithm, and I end up with, like, the newer VTubers with like 100 followers replying to it, basically saying, well, I use AI art, like, I just, it saves me a lot of money and it's just easier. Like, why would I go to an artist when I could just do this really fast? And then, there's other people that will try and, like, justify just partial use, like, AI is bad, I just use it for references, because, like, where else am I gonna get, like, a reference of the exact pose that I want? Ugh. And I've like, openly argued with people like that. Like, I have not had a problem just standing up to that kind of shit. Like, you should not be using like AI references. The only time it is semi-okay is if you grabbed an image off of Google, you didn't use AI. Like, you just grabbed an image off of Google, used that as a reference, and were unaware that it was AI. That is the only time that it is, like, okay. Because then it's like, this is AI, right? And then they're just like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and then immediately remove it. You get that opportunity. But if you are, like, using AI to get the pose you want, that is bad. And also, like, I'm not super privy to the information because I haven't looked into it, but a lot of people, like, the insult to artists isn't even, like, the main reason for a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people